right, so this is more practice with evaluating algebraic expressions with a given variable. Now, these problems are a little bit challenging because we have decimals, we have negatives, we have exponents, and fractions. So here we go. Number one, we have 2 times the quantity 3y minus 8 when y equals 7. So what we're going to do, hold please. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite the whole thing, but I'm going to replace the y with -7 because it says that y equals -7. So I like to use grouping symbols. That would be my parentheses. And I plug it in right where the y is. Okay, and then I solve from there. So we do 3 times -7 first, which is -21. So now I rewrite the whole thing, what I have so far. And now what is -21 minus 8? This becomes 2 times -29. And then if you put 2 times -29 into your calculator, you are going to get -58. That is your answer. All right, so number 2 looks like number 1, so I'll let you do that on your own. Number 3, we have p minus 1 divided by 7 when p equals -6. So again, I'm going to rewrite the whole expression, but instead of p, I'm going to put -6 because it says p is -6. So I'm going to do -6 minus 1 divided by 7. Now, I like to do what's in the numerator first. So we're going to do -6 minus 1, which is -7. So I end up with -7 divided by +7, because remember the fraction bar means division. So -7 divided by 7 equals -1. All right, number 4 looks a lot like number 3, so I'll let you do that one. Number 5, I forgot to include some variables in here. So on your worksheet, you don't have what I have highlighted on here. You have to add that on here. So these two have 2 variables. I put these in. I don't know why I put these in. I was not thinking clearly. Okay, so, but we're going to do them anyway because challenge is the spice of life. So anyway, so we got 8r plus v divided by 5. So it tells me over here that r equals 6 and v equals 2. So we're going to do 8. The r is -6, so 8 times 6 plus v, which is 2. And then we divide by 5. And I hear a little baby coming. Okay, so I am going to do what's in the numerator first. So 8 times -6 is -48. And then I do plus 2 divided by 5. -48 plus 2 is -46. Then I divide by 5. And now you can just put that in your calculator. What's -46 divided by 5? It is -9.2. So that's your answer. All right, so 6 looks a whole heck of a lot like 5. So see if you could do 6 on your own. Again, I forgot to include the w, so you have to write what w equals. So 8n plus w divided by 9 when n equals 6 and w equals 15. So the highlighted bits are not on your worksheet. You have to add those on. All right, so moving on to number 7. We have 6y divided by 10 when y equals -2. So we are going to plug in -2 for y. So we got 6 times -2 divided by 10. 6 times -2 is 12. And then positive 10 stays the same. So what is -12 divided by 10? You should get -1.2. All right, so 8 looks like 7. So I'll let you do that on your own. 9. Should I do 9 for you? You know what? I'll set up 9 for you and I'll let you solve it. So 9, we have c minus the quantity -6 when divided by 3 when c equals -4. So I replace the c with -4. Now I use the parentheses here because otherwise you have a whole bunch of minus signs and it gets confusing. So plug that in your calculator. -4 minus the quantity -6. So watch your signs on this one. You're going to get it. You know what? I'll just solve it. Anyway, -4 minus -6 is going to give you +2. So you should end up with 2 over 3. And then put that in your calculator. 2 divided by 3. Let me get my calculator out. So if you want to leave it as 2 over 3, you can. But I want us to get in the habit of turning these fractions into decimals so that you can not have to simplify. All right, so 2 divided by 3 is 0.666666667. I'm just going to put 0.67. I'm going to round up. Or you know what? I'll put 0.66. We'll do 0.67 because we'll round up. If you just want to put, never mind. I'm going to stop talking. Okay. Number 10. We have 6x plus 17 where s is 1/2. So we are going to turn these fractions into decimals before I plug it into the expression. So the way you do that is you're going to do 1 divided by 2 because remember that fraction bar is division. So you type 1 divided by 2 in your calculator and that's going to give you 0.5. So the s is going to be replaced with 0.5. 6 times 0.5 plus 17. And I'll let you guys solve from there. 11 looks just like 11 looks just like 10. So turn your fraction into a decimal and then plug it into the expression. 12, we have 5x squared minus 10 if x equals 5, or 5x to the power of 2 minus 10 if x equals 5. So I'm going to replace the x with 5. So I got 5 squared minus 10. Now, you do have to do order of operations. If you're using your calculator, it will do order of operations for you. If you're not, then always make sure you do exponents first, okay? There's a parentheses there, but there's nothing inside the parentheses except for one number. So you're going to use this exponent first. So what's 5 times 5? I know that's confusing because there's 2 5s, but we're actually doing this exponent. That means we're going to take what's on the inside of the parentheses times itself 2 times. So 5 times 5 is 25. So all that is gone. And now you have this 5 left. So 5 times 25 equals 125. And then you do your minus 10, and it becomes 115. Okay. The next problem is the same exact problem, except for it's an 8 instead of a 5. So see if you can try that one on your own. Number 14, I have m to the power of 2 divided by 2 minus 3 if m equals 4. So we're going to plug in 4 where the m is. So this becomes 4 squared divided by 2 minus 3. Okay, so I'm going to do what's in the numerator first. So 4 times 4, because that's what the little exponent means. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 over 2. And then 16 divided by 2 is 8. Minus 3 equals 5. Did I get that the first time around? I did not. 16 minus 2. Yeah, I didn't. I did it wrong on my answer key, so I did it right here. Hee hee hee. Good thing I corrected myself. 8 minus 3 is 5. All right, so 15 looks like 14. See if you can do that one on your own. 16. 16 looks like 13 and 12. It's just to the power of 3 instead of to the power of 2. And then 17. 17, I'm going to turn this fraction. So I have 1/3 x. If x equals 6, I'm going to turn this fraction into a decimal, taking the numerator divided by the denominator. And I get 0.333, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 8 threes? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Normally I'd say shorten that, but for calculation purposes, you do have to write all that out. So when you put it in your calculator and you get 0.33333, that's right. But what you need to do next is you're going to take that and you're going to times it by x. So what is x? X is 6. So when you get 0.3333, just hit times 6 in your calculator. And that's going to give you 2. So 18 is the same. You turn 1/5 into a decimal and then multiply it by 5. 19. 19, we're going to do everything in the parentheses first. So we replace the v with 1 because it says v is 1. So 8 times 1 is 8. So we got 7 minus 8. And what is 7 minus 8? It's -1. So then put -1 to the power of 3 in your calculator, and you should get -1. So do everything inside the parentheses first, and then do the exponent. I know that's confusing because I said earlier to do the exponent first, but that's only because there's only one number in the parentheses. There was nothing to do with the parentheses. The parentheses I'm just using as a grouping symbol in that moment. All right, so try to do the rest of these on your own. Good luck.